Hello, thank you as ever for joining me. I want over the next few weeks to talk a little bit about attachment. It's something that we work on a lot in therapy because there are those who are really well attached, those who are poorly attached, and those for whom it can be a major problem one way or another. But to begin that, I want to talk about attachment as I see it, putting it in the totally non-scientific terms. But having said that, I'm going to go straight back to human biology because we begin life tied to our mother. And we're tied by the umbilical cord that goes from the baby's tummy to the placenta, which is fixed onto the side of mum's uterus, her womb. And that supplies food, recirculates blood, and basically nourishes you whilst you're growing from that teeny, tiny little cluster of cells to be a baby. And then when you're born, the umbilical cord occasionally gets itself in knots, but usually babies arrive joined with their umbilical cord still. And it used to be cut and clamp straight away. But now the practice in UK, I don't know about anywhere else, has fortunately changed because there's a realization that the cord actually contains nourishment that was on its way to the baby and needs to get to the baby. So most now take a pause. You can still be holding the baby, saying hello and having a look at him or her. And when the umbilical cord ceases pulsating, then its job is done. Then the baby can be separated from its mum. There are some who like to make that, as they see it, a much more gentle process. And they have what we call a lotus birth. And the baby is delivered. No, the baby is born. Why did I say is delivered? It's something I really dislike. The baby is born and the placenta is born. But the cord isn't cut. Instead, mum will have made or purloined a bag, and the placenta is dried and herbs and things put on it, and it's put inside the bag with the cord coming out still connected to the baby. And it remains thus until the cord has dried of its own volition and shriveled, and then just breaks naturally from the baby. I've never known anybody that I've worked with have a lotus birth, but obviously it's something that I've read about and heard about. So that's the first cord that ties us, the thread that binds. And from then on, that thread can vary. It can be like a soft silken thread linking you with another human being, a parent, a sibling, friends. It's invisible, it's metaphorical, but it's there, and you feel drawn to that person, attached to that person, in a way that can easily be set aside. You can go your separate ways, not see each other for ages, But then when you meet up again, that cord is back. And then we have those who, and I've worked with far too many people like this, who feel, if I ever ask them to describe it, what that cord binding them to a mother, father, sibling, relative, whoever, usually has been abusing them, but they feel that they are tied to that person because of the grooming that's gone on. But that tie isn't a beautifully soft, silken one. It's a great, big, thick rope. You know, the kind that it's not smooth. It's got bits of stuff sticking out from it, bits of sisal, bits of goodness knows what. And it's rough as anything. And they feel that this ties them to the person who is controlling them. They can't snap that. And it hurts. Those prickly bits, they hurt. And that is a big burden for somebody to carry around with them. And sometimes we have cords. I still feel bound to my parents. I don't think about it every minute of every day, but sometimes I just think, do you know, I miss my mum, I miss my dad, and I would love to feel that connection again. Just have an arm round my shoulder, have a hug. So that cord is still there, even though sadly both of my parents died a long time ago. And there are others for whom you think, get rid of this thing, I don't want to know about them. And it becomes a cord that wraps around your legs, wraps around your arms. You are constrained by it. It limits you, it limits what you can do. It limits how you can develop, even though it might be a soft, gentle thread. That binding of you has happened and it's never loosened. So even as you move on through life, you feel bound, not in a prickly, nasty way with coercion and everything, but just maybe inappropriately bound to someone from whom you should have grown on, moved on. They should have let you go. But for whatever reason, they choose to think of you still as being the baby that you aren't, even though you're an adult. So there we have it. These imaginary ties that bind. And I wonder if you have any of those sisal ones. I hope not. It's lovely to have those soft, gentle ones that makes you feel connected with somebody without constraints, but with love. So on that note, I will say thank you for joining me. Take care, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now. Bye.